Hello, hello, hello. Happy Monday, y'all, and welcome to yet another episode of Amplify Your Brains Monday as I join you to give you the tools to activate your faith alongside of your purpose as we start and grow your business. And I'm beyond excited to be here. So as you're coming in, tell me hello. Let me get to my comment screen so I can see your comments. Come on in. Tell me hello. Tell me name and where you're from. Listen, as I'm sharing with you, I want to hear from you, whether you're here live, right? And as you're live, I'll try to make sure I see your comments. By the way, if this is streaming live on my Facebook page, but I also have it streaming live in my Facebook groups. So if you're in one of my Facebook groups and I don't see your comments, hey, Nona, make sure you come on over live to my Facebook page, which is amplifyyourbrainsmonday.com is where you come to my Facebook page. So with that said, I'm beyond excited to be here with you another Monday to pour into you. So our conversation for today is it's like a boomerang. It's like a boomerang. So this is kind of a continuation from last week's conversation where I told you you need a script that is important. It's key for the entire process. So here's what I know for sure. Last week was really a conversation around vision. And 2020 was a year that we call 2020 vision. And some of y'all had some blurry vision. Y'all said it. And I'm saying that ice and snow in Nashville, right, Nona? Ice and snow here in Massachusetts, too. So listen, your vision is blurry if you don't write it out. That's why we have a script. I talked about that last week. And so if you missed last week's episode, you can always watch replays of all my episodes. I'm going to put it up here on my YouTube channel, which is nrjnetwork.com. Again, that's nrjnetwork.com. You can always go back and watch the replay from previous episodes. Okay. And if you missed any of them, if you haven't been joining us every week for Amplify Your Brains Monday, you can go back to the first episode. This is episode number 7. All right. So with that said, today as we talk about it's like a boomerang. Now, how many of you guys saw the movie Boomerang? One of my favorite movies, right? Now, if you remember, Boomerang was really about a successful executive, Eddie Murphy, who was a womanizer, right? The women love them Sam Eddie. Y'all remember that? And literally, hey, Regina, hey. So the boomerang in that movie was when he fell in love with Robin Givens. Y'all remember this? Another successful executive. She was his payback because she was just a big. She was a heartbreaker just like he was, except for she was probably times 10. And you remember how messed up he was. But what happened is, and what a boomerang is really what you put out comes back to you. So there is a real thing called a boomerang. I've never seen one, right? But I've heard of a boomerang where you throw it and it comes back, right? And so I want you to really think about this as we talk about and we continue our conversation from last week, why you need to write the vision, why you have to write it down, why it's important that you get clear on the vision, the direction where you're headed. Because whatever you put out, what you think about, you bring about. And so the vision board, the purpose of it is for you to get your thoughts in alignment with where you're going. It's a constant reminder. But the other thing you've got to get in alignment to go where God is calling you to go is the thing between your two ears, your mindset, your mind. And that's what I want to talk to you about tonight, right? Hey, Renarda. Renarda, am I saying your name right? Welcome, welcome. I'm excited you're here. Come on in, y'all. And listen, if you have questions, thoughts, listen. If you want your life to be all that you want, if you want your thoughts to be in alignment with what you know you feel in your spirit, listen, I know God has something great for all of us. If you want to go and be great, say, Nicole, I want to be great. Write it in the comments, Nicole, I want to be great. I want to hear you. I want to see you say, Nicole, I'm going after my great. I want to be great. And so our conversation today is in alignment with that, right? I'm waiting to see who wants to be great so I can shout you out. So listen, as I begin to share with you, every week I give you 3 steps because here's the thing. I could care less if you're motivated or inspired from what I share with you. I need you to be able to activate it. So I'm going to give you 3 musts to move your boomerang or your thoughts or your vision. I want you to be able to make it real. So I'm going to add. So again, if you didn't see last week, go back and watch last week. I'm going to add to it. That's right, Renata. She said, Nicole, I'm going to be great. Regina said, Nicole, I want to be great. That's right. Who else wants to be great? Right? Somebody said they want to go after that great, but I can't see who your name is. I don't know why. And Nona said it. Yes. Come on and you guys keep claiming it. So with that said, let me tell you a little story. There's a story in a children's book called The Carrot Seed. And if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my notes, by the way. They're right here on my desk, on my table. Okay. So I'm going to tell you a little bit of the story. Okay. So here's what it said. It was about a little boy who planted a carrot seed. Let me just hold this up so I won't be looking all the way down. His mother said, I'm afraid it won't come up. And again, this little boy planted a carrot seed. His mother said, I'm afraid it won't come up. His father said, I'm afraid it won't come up. His big brother said, I'm afraid it won't come up. But every day, the little boy pulled up the weeds around the seed and sprinkled the ground with water. But nothing came up. But he still put up the weeds. He still went out and sprinkled water on it day after day after day. And then one day a carrot came up just as a little boy knew that it would. And do you know why? Because he kept watering the seed. He kept pulling up the weeds. And I want you to understand every word you speak is a seed planted. When you say things like you know that you really want to be in a wonderfully supportive relationship and you say all men are dogs, yeah, you're planting a seed. If you say, I'll never be successful, you're planting a seed. That's why I never say I'm broke, because I'm never broke. It might not be in my budget right now. Well, I haven't been in a place where I ain't been in my budget for a while, but that's because I shifted the way I talk about things because words are seeds that you water. And so I stopped by today to really, I want you to check your mindset. There's a Bible verse that says, as she thinks in her heart, so is she. That's Proverbs 23:7. For as she thinks in her heart, and it says he, but you know I changed it to she. For as she thinks in her heart, so is she. So what you thinking about? What you thinking about? Remember Arnold Schwarzenegger? I mean, not Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold from Different Strokes. I mean, yeah, Different Strokes. He said, "What you talking about, Willis?" Well, I'm saying, "What you talking about, girl? What you thinking about?" So you got to get your mindset, your thoughts. They have to be going perpendicular to what you want to see in the world. Your action and your thoughts have to be in alignment. If they're not, you'll never get to where you want to get to. hmm I'm not broke, just temporary lack. No, you're not temporary lack. I wouldn't even see, don't claim lack. Be mindful of the words you speak. It's not in your budget right now. That's different than claiming any part of lack. I'm never lack. First of all, God is not a God of lack. I need y'all to get this. This is why the law of attraction was so big a couple years ago, but I'm going to add to it because I'm a God's girl. And here's the thing that law of attraction is, it's really a conversation around faith. So when you say, listen, I remember when I had my last bad breakup and I said, listen, even though it was really bad and I could have been rolling on the floor and it could have been all, I said, listen, God would never bless me with that. And I kept having to say it over and over. And I literally, you guys, I met my husband the next day. And I know that's only because I didn't allow that moment to make me bitter. You can either be better or bitter. Yes, God is over abundance. Yes. Get your mind right. Yes. Because everything comes with how you think about it. So, my question to you is number one, how are you watering your purpose? If God put something so special in you, He did, listen, you would not have been born to this world without a purpose, without an intention that God had planned for you to be here. My dad always said, as long as you have a job, listen, I'm going to put this up because it's good. My dad always says, as long as you have a job, you will always have a check in the hole. You know you will be paid in 2 weeks. Listen, but it's bigger than just having a job. It's bigger than just having a job. I need y'all to get this. If we have an abundant God, it's God that supplies the job. The Bible verse says that God will supply all my needs. So if you focus on the job and the job goes away, what happens? You start to feel, woe is me, and oh, I'm broken. Oh, I'm not going to be able to pay my bills. Instead of focusing on the creator that gave you the gift that got the job. Shifting how you see things will change everything. See, sometimes we allow a weed to grow in the garden of our purpose, in the garden of our promise, in the garden of our desire, in the garden of our vision, in the garden of all that we are meant to have. Yes. Barbara said, He came that we have life, that we may look, you guys look, my contacts. I'm old, so I got to look up close. He came so we may live life to be full. Yes. Listen, John 10:10 says he came that Jesus said, I came that you may have life and have it more abundantly. But the deep part is John 10:10. The first part of that says, the thief comes to steal, to kill, and destroy. Let me read it out of the Bible so I can say it the right way. Right? So deep, Barbara. You in alignment with me, girl? John 10:10. I'm trying to look it up real quick. So John 10:10 says, the thief does not come except to kill. Wait, so I'm getting ahead of myself. The thief does not come except to steal and to kill and to destroy. I have come that they may have life and that they may have it more abundantly. So I need y'all to get this. Are your words, your thoughts, the things that you're feeling in your heart, are they focused on abundance or focused in lack? Are they focused on failure or focused in abundantly above all that you could ever ask or think? Again, what you think about, you bring about. Because first it starts with thoughts and then it becomes the action that happens in your life. That's the watering of the seed that's in you. And some of you guys are choking out your purpose because your thoughts ain't in alignment with what God sees for you. Well, I said it, right? So that's number one. How are you watering your purpose? And every week I give you journal work so you can really get in alignment. So don't worry, I got work for y'all that some of you guys don't even realize that the words you're speaking are keeping you away from all that's possible for you. When I think about how my business has grown, when I think about some of the clients that come to me, it's because of the words that I speak. And sometimes I'm gonna tell y'all, like when I went through that really bad breakup, I wasn't feeling some of the things I was saying, but I was speaking those things that are not as though they were. Bible verse. So I don't believe fake it till you make it. I believe be it till you see it. Because everything happens in the spiritual realm first before it happens on the earth. So if you can get your spirit in alignment with what God sees for you and keep speaking faith, then it will manifest. That's how God works. It's believing in the creator that wants you to have abundantly above all. And look, we didn't write that. He said that. The question is, do you believe it? Are you doing what it takes to be it and do it? Okay. So number one, how are you watering your seeds? Number two, the biggest deterrent to anything is doubt. I am never broke, just that I don't have what I want at the time. And not even that you don't have, just it's temporarily you don't have it in your budget. I say temporarily because here's the thing, it could happen in a moment's notice. So I'm very mindful of how I say it. And I'm not saying anything's wrong with the way you say it, Susie. But I am saying, listen, I don't always say I don't have what I want. Because listen, God supplies all my needs. So I may not have it, I may not see it, but it's coming to me. So as powerful of a statement you can make, and I want y'all to be mindful of that. If you take the next week and think about everything you say when you feel like you're in a place that you want to have more or be in a different place or you want to grow and you shift it, let me tell you something. Your life will come in alignment with how you talk about it. So again, so sorry. Let me go back to number two. Number two is the biggest deterrent to your purpose, your vision, the thing that's rumbling in your soul is doubt. And any negative emotion you ever feel, can I tell you, it's rooted in fear. Now, those of you that have not been joining me for my Power in Your Pivot Week, which I do on Thursdays, I've been doing a special series for the month of February, right? My mother texted me. So if you haven't been joining me, listen, it's in my Facebook group. So every Thursday, 7 p.m., I've been doing this special series called Power, My Pivot Move. Sorry, My Pivot Move is what it's called. And last week, I talked about what I'm going to talk to you about right now, but I did it in much more detail, okay? Because I'm committed to only talk 30 minutes, so I'm not going to go in all detail today. But I want you to go watch last week if you didn't see it, okay? Because I talked about fear. Fear is the biggest thing that can keep you from your abundantly above all. Now, the thing that's so interesting is, a couple years ago, God put in my spirit Genesis 1:28. Let me read you. Look, I try to do these by heart, and sometimes I say them wrong. So let me say them right. Genesis 1:28 that says that God blessed them and God said to them, be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and subdue it, have dominion. Now, let me tell you, first when God put that in my spirit, I thought, be fruitful, multiply. This was a few years ago when I was 49. And I was like, hold on, Lord, I want to be obedient, but I'm not feeling like having no baby at 49. Okay. And I don't have any children of my own that I've birthed. I have wonderful bonus children, but I have not birthed any children. So at 49, I was trying not to be disobedient, but I was like, Lord, are you sure? But then God started showing me he wasn't talking about having babies. What he was showing me, and I want y'all to get this, is that he put us all here to be fruitful and to multiply. Now I'm gonna talk about multiply this Thursday, by the way, so don't miss it. Okay. But anyway, So, what I want to focus in on is where he said to have dominion. See, God put us all here on assignment. There's a lane that you are meant to dominate in. I need y'all to really understand this. You have a specific lane that is created, that God created for you to dwell in. And in that lane, God made it for you to have dominion. That's why you have the DNA, the distinct natural ability that you have. That is in alignment with your purpose. Now, so I get so passionate about this because this is what God created me to do, to hold the space that you not only understand your purpose, get clear on it, but that you build a business around it, not just to bring you money. Oh, it's supposed to give back to you as well, but it's also so you can be the answer you were born to be in this world because people need you. And yes, it's at 6 p.m. CST, 7 p.m. EST on Thursday. Yes, no, no. So, with that said, y'all, I want you to really understand this. So, because God gave you dominion, again, remember I just read John 10:10, the enemy comes to steal, to kill, and to destroy. So, the negative chatter that you have in your head is usually based on something somebody said to you, something happened to you that makes you not stand in the full power of who you be, whether it's second guessing yourself, whether it's not knowing how powerful you are. And that was a seed or weed, rather, placed in the garden of your purpose by the enemy. So anytime you second guess yourself, that's the devil still killing and destroying. Anytime you're not swimming in the lane that God created you to dwell in, because maybe you think, oh, nobody will pay me for that, or how can I start that, or oh, I can't leave my job now, or whatever that is, and you know what that chatter is for you. I can tell you, my chatter was not being enough, not being smart enough. I grew up in South Central Los Angeles, and many of y'all saw Boys in the Hood. That's pretty much the neighborhood I grew up in. I didn't feel like I was black enough. That's a whole episode by itself, which then over time matriculated into just not feeling enough, which defined the men I dated, defined the career I went in initially, until God woke me up to this. And that is why I hold the space for all of you because I know God has something powerful for you. How do I know? From my own journey. And I told you my story, episode 1. I'm not going to repeat it here, but you go back and watch that again. It's nrjnetwork.com is my YouTube channel. You can go and watch episode 1 from Amplify Your Brilliance Monday. So let me just say this as I wrap this up. So the thing I think is so interesting is God said to really Adam and Eve, have dominion and be fruitful. And then the enemy, we all know the Adam and Eve story, right? God told Adam and Eve, you have dominion over this whole earth. You can do whatever you want. You can eat anything you want. Only thing I'm asking you to do is not eat from one tree. That's it. Just ask you not to eat from one tree. And Eve's spoiled butt. Now, I can't even blame it on Eve. It was really the serpent by way of the devil who made us start second guessing God. Okay. So after the devil, and again, you guys can go read this. This is in Genesis. It's like from, I think it's all of chapter 2. He goes into this, but I'm not going to read all that for the sake of time. So after the enemy says to her, oh, God didn't want you to eat the apple because he didn't want you to know all the stuff he knows. You know, that's the enemy loves to try to mess you up, steal, kill, and destroy. For maybe an excuse not to take responsibility for the actions you know you must take in order to serve in your purpose. Fear, sometimes it's not an excuse though, because you don't realize that it's keeping you. Some of you, you know it's an excuse. But see, here's the thing. Fear comes because God is calling you to something bigger than where you already are. He never checks you for where you already are. He's not looking at your resume. He's not looking at your bio. He ain't checking none of that. He's checking your faith. Yes, you can't sell yourself short. That's right, Nona. So with that said, I want y'all to get this, okay? So after she eats the apple, after the enemy says it, it's a fruit. We keep saying apple is fruit. I don't want, it doesn't say apple in the Bible. That's me. She eats it and then gives it to Adam. It says, Adam, taste this. Then here's what happens after that. Then the Lord God called to Adam and said to him, where are you? This is Genesis 3:9. I'm reading 10:9 through 11. So he said, I heard your voice in the garden. This is Adam. I heard your voice in the garden and I was afraid because I was naked and hid myself. And then God said back to Adam, who told you you were naked? Who told you you were naked? Again. So I want y'all to get this. After they did something they didn't need to do, they started feeling guilty and all these other feelings started coming up. Again, fear is the biggest deterrent from your dominion. So it wasn't that the nakedness was him being afraid, like, oh Lord, let me put. But before then, they've been walking around naked. So I'm telling you that because things happen in your life that make you shift your perspective and make you doubt God, make you afraid of all that He has available for you. You've got to do the work to look at what your mindset is and dig underneath it. Pull up the weeds. Stop letting yesterday limit your tomorrow. And then the third thing you've got to do is focus and trust in God. Hebrews 11:1 says, faith is a substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. The thing I think is so interesting, we talk about vision and setting your vision for the year and having a vision board and all that stuff. If you look at Jesus and the majority of the miracles he did in the Bible were all bringing sight to the blind. Hello, vision. Again, I say it again, what you think about, you bring about. So the way you're looking at things, the way you see things, y'all get this? And so you really got to start to focus on who God is and how he's really been able to to give you a gift and really create abundance that's available to you. My question to you is really, are you willing to do what it takes to go get it? Are you willing to push past anything that has told you you're not good enough, smart enough? You could listen, you could have a PhD and still feel like you're not good enough. Listen, I had a master's degree and was feeling like that. I was teaching at a university level, still was playing small and didn't even realize it. That's why you need to get in a community that supports you, that shows you where you're playing small, that calls you to your next level, that doesn't let you settle for less. Listen, there's a quote I posted on Instagram a couple weeks ago. Mediocrity is a sin. God didn't create you to be mediocre. So why are you being mediocre? Why are you settling for good enough? Why are you not going after your abundantly above all? I guarantee you, whatever reason you would tell me is laced in fear. It's laced in the enemy coming to steal, kill, and destroy. Well, I stopped by to tell you that today is your last day to allow that to happen. As your sister friend, I am challenging you to push past whatever could stop you, to up level your thought life so you can have more and be more. Mhm. And those of you that haven't been joining me for Power in my Pivot Week, I want to encourage you to join me. Right? Again, it's in my Facebook group. If you haven't joined my Facebook group, thebrilliancetribe.com. Now I'm here in public pages every Monday. But Thursday for the month of February, I've been doing a 4-part series. This week is part 3. You can go over to my Facebook group and it will not be on my YouTube channel. And the reason I do that is because I keep my Facebook group sacred for the woman who's ready to take her purpose, stand in the full power of who God has created her to be, and build a business from it. So if that's you, whether you haven't started and maybe you lack clarity and you don't know where to start, or you've been in business for years, this place is for you. My pivot move that I've been walking you through is for you. And I'm going to tell you, I wrote my content for this week today. Baby, you don't want to miss Thursday. I'm just saying. So, with that said, that's our conversation for today. So, let me say one last thing. I'm going to post this in the Brilliance Tribe as well. This is your work for the week. I give you journal work every week because here's the thing. You can listen to me talk and talk and talk, but if you don't activate anything from what I share with you, what's the point? What's the point of spending 30 minutes with me on Mondays? It's like going to the gym. If I stand in the gym, drinking my water, drinking my coffee, then I'm never going to get physically fit. So I'm here to get your spirit in alignment for where God is trying to pull you into. I'm holding the space for you to live as the highest and best version who God created you to be. That's why I come here every Monday, 7 p.m. EST. Listen, if I'm giving you any value, may I ask you to invite a sister, a friend, or two? Say, girl, on Monday, we got to go watch this 7 p.m. And if you can't come live, you can always watch a replay. Again, all my replays are on my YouTube channel. nrjnetwork.com is where you can go watch all the replays. If you don't want to scroll through Facebook and try to find them, all the replays for Amplify Your Brilliance Mondays are listed there. So with that said, I'm going to ask you to do me a couple of favors. Well, first, let me say this. Here's the ultimate mission for you this week. It's Romans 12:2, which says, and do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. See, God has a will for you. God has an intention for you. God has a plan for your life. Let's get your mind in alignment for that abundantly above all you could ever ask or think. Let's get your mind in alignment for where God has created you to dwell, that level, that above all level, that extraordinary level, not the ordinary. I'm talking about putting the extra with it so you can be an extraordinary. Y'all know what I'm talking about? That's the place I'm encouraging you. I'm inviting you to go into so that you can live as the highest and best version who God created you to be, right? So again, I'm here every Monday with you. If you find any value, do me two things. One, tell me the value you got out of our conversation for today. I do read every single comment, whether you're hearing me live or you come back and watch the replay, whether you're watching me live in Facebook or you're watching the replay in YouTube. I read every single comment. So that's number one. The second thing I'm going to ask you to do is, will you share this? I'm excited. I registered for Be the Answer. Yes, I'm excited too, Renata. Listen, so I have a live event. Let me just say, since Renata said it, called Be the Answer. So those of you that know, like you are ready to start your business or grow your business, I wasn't going to do this. But since Renata said it, thank you, girl. So those of you that know, like you want to coach, you've been looking at building a business or you started it already and you haven't hit predictable revenue. If you want to get clear on what your purpose is and how to align your purpose in your business to do the work God has created you to do, you need to be in the room. So tomorrow is the last day for $100 off registration. You see it scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Again, I didn't know I was going. Listen, it's like I planted you in here, Renata. I appreciate you. And the reason I do this event, listen, it's virtual. You do it from home. I keep it small group of women, and it's me and you for 2 days. I'm coaching you. I need you to understand this because this is my God given assignment for me to help women get in alignment with theirs so that you can go and be the answer you were born to be in this world so you can make great money doing it. And see, when you make great money, it gives more meaning in this world. So the money that I help you make is all tied around meaning for your family, meaning for your community, meaning for all the people that you get to serve because you're dominating in the lane that God created you to dwell in. So if that's you, go to BeTheAnswerEvent.com, use the code VDAY, all caps, 21, get your $100 off. It ends tomorrow at midnight. So listen, if you know a sister friend that she's been talking about starting her business, it's time to stop talking about it. It's time to be about it. The event is March 12th and 13th. It's a Friday, Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. both days, all day. We do some pre-activation the week before. You get an online program. It's so much. I want y'all to know I'm pouring everything I have for $200. Who does that? Me. I'm known to over deliver. So, with that said, thank you for saying that. Renata said, I've been listening on and off to Nicole and decided to put God's purpose first in my life. Yes, I'm coming and walking in expectancy. Yes, in Jesus' name. Because listen, let me be clear. I'm not the CEO of my business. God is. You come empty. I'm coming full because I've been praying for the ladies that come March 12th and 13th. Listen, I have a group called the Fab Squad, my fierce armor bearers. We've been praying for you for months. So if now's the time, get your butt in a seat. And with that said, everybody, it's my pleasure, my honor to be here with you. Again, if you find any value in what I'm sharing with you, please share this with a friend. Renata, you have been watching me saying my Nicole voice is going to be yummy. It is, right? My husband said, stop saying stuff is yummy, but it is. I get excited. It's so good. It's like, and I love to eat. So yummy is good for me. Nevertheless, again, if you find any value in what I am sharing, please invite a sister friend or two and then come on back next Monday. I'm here 7 p.m. EST to pour into you tools to activate your faith as we activate your purpose to grow and start your businesses. This is my honor to be here. Have a phenomenal rest of your week, and I'll see you next Monday, y'all. Bye.